I believe we are recording. Yes, we are. Sorry, usually I get a ding, but we've got a lot of note takers in here tonight. Welcome, everyone, to our fourth town hall. This is such an honor. This is incredible seeing everyone come in here tonight. It's just really exciting times. So, the theme tonight is all about making things simpler. So what? You can grow. You can have success here at the Commonstead with all the amazing things that we're doing. So before we dive in, if you are just joining us, let us know where you're tuning in from. If we can see your beautiful faces on camera, please do so. If you're driving, please just be safe, of course. But we would love to see everyone just popping all across the United States and even the world tonight. Just a few things about tonight. So please, of course, stay active in the chat. Keep the comments coming. We'll also be sharing links throughout this town hall event. So don't panic. Don't feel like you have to write all of them down or memorize them. We actually are going to already have a PDF. It's actually live now on our new resources page. We'll be sharing everything with you along with a cheat sheet. We've got you covered so that you don't have to necessarily write the details. All you have to do is just be here with us tonight, be present, be engaged. So if you are joining us as a guest tonight, this event is built with you in mind. This is for you to see how our model works, how our compensation is structured, how someone can get started with clarity, no confusion, and no hype, right? Because that's the whole goal. So tonight you're going to be hearing about some exciting things. One is going to be some new partnerships, updates from our team who have been literally working around the clock to bring you guys some amazing things. Simple systems. So we're all about just simplifying something that might feel very robust and confused. We're actually dialing everything down so it can be simple, like submitting a lead, tagging a pro. Then we're also going to be giving you clear verbiage, what to do, how to explain this whole thing, like how do we start talking about it. But this is the night where things get simpler. And that simplicity is going to help you grow. So for those of you I haven't had the amazing pleasure of meeting, it's so nice to see so many of you, but my name is Ashley Warren. My title here at the Commonstead is the CEO of Systems and Training. So you'll see my face around a lot. I love being able to distill systems and to also just get in the field and train everyone. So my background goes back all the way through just solid entrepreneurship. That's how I was raised, in an entrepreneurial home. And a dash of network marketing. So about 2 years ago, I actually stepped into the energy space and I knew absolutely nothing about solar. I didn't know what an inverter was. I didn't know anything. All I knew is I had drive to make a big impact. I wanted whatever I was doing in the field to be impactful for homeowners. And now we get to do it for businesses, of course. But the other thing I want to do is make a big impact in my family's bank account. So I locked in, and it turns out I was actually pretty great at it. I really loved the conversations that I had. I loved the rapport that I would have with homeowners and the systems that we were able to get in place for their homes. Just, it was so beautiful. But then something unexpected happened. And that was that no matter how much rapport I had, no matter how many inside jokes I had with these amazing homeowners, it always ended. The conversation ended the second those systems were in place. The sprint to get those solar panels up on their roof, it was done. By the time that sale was done, I had nothing more to offer. So I knew something had to shift. And then coming from a network marketing background, I understood the power of having residual income, which we have here, and we'll explain it here tonight. You're going to have a lot of ways that you can have residual income and active income. So doing all that work and creating these deep bonds, I just knew something was missing. And honestly, there was something else that was shifting in me too. I started to notice that the industry itself was at a crossroads. And I spent years slapping panels on roofs like a Band-Aid and calling it a day. But that's not where this is going. And the future of this industry is about truly creating energy efficient homes and businesses. And even whole ecosystem. It's not just one product on a roof, while we will do that too. And I believe that what we're doing here is light years ahead of what most companies even realize where they need to be. So my prayers were answered. Here we are at the Commonstead, and being part of the Commonstead is truly one of the greatest honors in my professional life, to be here, to be a part of this amazing team, to be a part of this incredible community. Guys, what we have done in just a short amount of time is absolutely outstanding, and we get to be a part of it tonight. All of these efforts, all of the months poured in, and they are all starting to pay off, and they are continuing to pay off. We're seeing and reaping the amazing rewards of all of the blood, sweat, and tears of building this incredible business. So speaking of visions realized, I do have the honor of introducing someone who has shaped not only this entire company, but has also shaped who I am personally on a personal growth level for the last 2 years. So Charles Thompson is a builder. He's a builder of people. He's a builder of systems. He is a builder of legacy. That's why we're all here tonight, right? To not only when we leave this earth actually have left a fingerprint when we're gone. He brings decades of leadership experience, including 9 years in the U.S. Air Force and over 30 years, guys, it's a long time, building high-performing sales organizations. He's helped and led companies to IPOs, mergers, and billions in revenue across the energy efficiency and solar industry. In the last 5 years alone, teams he has led have generated over 1.5 billion with a B, revenue and 36,000 installations. But to me, what matters most is how he leads. He leads from the front. He leads with integrity. He leads with humility. And he believes in all of us. That is how he leads. And that's why we've all linked arms and we're creating something that has never been done before. So he always says the best is ahead, and I believe that is true. So Charles, thank you for allowing me to introduce you tonight. I'm so grateful to be here. And everyone, please help me welcome Charles Thompson.
Thank you, Ashley. Thank you. Thank you. Honor to be here. And Ashley, you are doing such an amazing job as our CEO of Training and Systems. Couldn't do it without you. You've done such a especially coming into town hall. It's always the grind. Anyone who's part of preparing for town hall knows how much we have to get done in time. So thank you for all you do. And you know what Ashley didn't mention, and on top of everything else, she manages a family, a beautiful family, 3 beautiful children, a beautiful cat and dog. So she's got a lot on her plate, and she manages it all extremely well. So we're grateful to have you, Ashley, and honored to work with you.
Thank you.
All right, let me frame up what you're going to hear tonight. So we're going to talk about why we exist, the size of this opportunity. It's going to blow your mind a little bit. Those who've been around for a while, it's still going to make you think differently. Takeaways from what I've learned from Fannie Mae in the past 30 days. If you haven't heard of them, you'll hear more tonight. We're going to update you from where we were last month, because every month we like to roll out pilot programs. And then we'd like to give you an update the following month. Where are we? What progress have we made? We'll make some special announcements, and we'll recognize a few of our top performers and one of our new CEOs I'm very excited about. Talk about the new training and flow that you have, and then let you get started. So even if you are someone who's been with us for a few months to 6 months, it's always a good time to restart, to get re-engaged. And tonight is one of those opportunities. You know, I'll start with kind of what I've led with for a number of years. This gentleman has influenced so many companies. Buckminster Fuller, Bucky. His comment of changing things, don't try to fight the existing reality, build a new model that makes the old model obsolete. And that's a big statement. That's what we're doing. And why we're doing that is, you know, I took a look as I transitioned from full-time in solar for the last 16 years, and I saw a need for the industry to pivot, to adjust to the changing times. And I also looked at the fact that I went back in history. I was doing deregulated energy 25, 30 years ago. I was doing energy efficiency before it was a popular thing to do. And most people kind of shifted away and just started doing solar. Well, you're seeing us lean heavily into energy efficiency. But the challenge that I found is there was no one company that was pulling it all together. There were distribution sources out there, which are great, but they didn't really add a lot of value. So I listened to Bucky. I met up with 15 executive CEOs who run this company, run this platform, more to join us soon. And what we have created is a platform to be able to connect all the dots. We're the bridge between manufacturing and local dealers and reps like us who actually get in front of homeowners and get in front of business owners and make things happen. No one out there was offering anything like that. Distribution is great, as I mentioned, but they typically just add 20 to 30 points on the product, but they don't bring any value to you. We bring training, we help white label products, we deliver sales to them, we give them access to the lowest pricing that they can get. There's people who are partnering us directly just so they can get access to the pricing with the manufacturers that they can't get on their own. That's the beauty of leveraging a national organization, a national platform, international now platform. So that's why we're here. But here's the opportunity. If you look at all the businesses that can benefit from this by looking at having additional revenue streams, one of the biggest challenges businesses have is how do they monetize a customer once they've gotten in front of them? Because the biggest cost, we call it cost of acquisition, is getting in front of the homeowner, getting in front of the business owner. Once you do that, most people only have one time to monetize that. What we provide everyone in this ecosystem are multiple times to do that. And if you look at it from that perspective, there's over 1 million contractors we can help. Well, beyond that is you get 33 million businesses that we can help implement energy efficiency, and over 150 million homeowners. And some of our products go into renters as well. So it just gives you an idea of the scope of this opportunity that exists. And there's nobody out there doing what we're doing. That's the beautiful thing about it. We're working with such great collaborators because our whole concept is to collaborate, not compete. You're going to see some of that tonight, witnessing it firsthand. But now we took a deeper dive. We looked at what Fannie Mae is doing and how they are actually leaning in heavily to energy efficiency. And really, I think the most important thing is to know this conversation expands beyond anything that you probably would have done before, whether it was solar or whether you were just doing energy efficiency. We can show you multiple ways with high margin products and the ability to tap into all the training and all the resources that we have, because we firmly believe that energy optimization creates incredible new income opportunities, as you will see tonight. And we're building the platform so that you and your teams can bring homeowners and businesses the best solutions in the industry. Now, regarding Fannie Mae, if you haven't heard of Fannie Mae, just do a quick Google search. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, it's a government federalized program. But what they've done is they've done a lot of research. And we're working with some of their people to try to help get special financing available. Here's data that they shared with me. This is straight from Fannie Mae. 74% of homeowners want energy efficiency upgrades. 74, that's 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4. The average rate that they look at that people are paying for electricity and water is over $220 per month. And most homeowners obviously want to reduce those expenses. And it impacts people who are in the middle income, the lower income, more than it does those who are wealthy. Sometimes the people who are more affluent don't look at saving money, they look at the benefits. Some of those benefits are when you implement energy efficiency, you're increasing the performance of all the equipment in your home. It runs more efficiently, which means it runs better, it runs longer. It also adds value to your home. That's what Fannie Mae is coming out and saying directly. It's going to add additional value to your home. So if you real estate people, you can lean into that. That's both solar and energy efficiency. So it's a massive opportunity. 80 million homes are more than 20 years old. 80 million homes more than 20 years old. 3 out of 4 of those want energy efficiency. What does that mean? Over 60 million opportunities waiting for us to reach out to them. So the next decade is going to be the largest adoption of energy upgrades that you're going to find in history. Why? Because we're going to lead the charge. This is not a niche. This is a movement that is going to change the industry. And we are doing the most important thing, which is called education. So the big stoppers, the big blockers are lack of education. The second big blocker is cost. Most homeowners just say, I can't afford to do that. They don't look at the big impact they have in the savings and the improvement of the life cycle. Think about an HVAC that you could potentially extend the life cycle of that HVAC virtually double. What's the cost of an HVAC unit? It's in the $7,000 to $10,000 range or more in some cases. If we can save them from having to replace that, guess what? the return on investment here has tremendously improved. And that's our job, is to educate and enroll people in a better way of getting their power. So that's just kind of building the framework for you. So for those who have been into a town hall, and I'd love to see if this is your first town hall meeting, put a 1 in the chat if you don't mind, a little engagement here. If it's your first town hall, just put a 1 in the chat, because next time you're going to be able to come here and see what we did when we start making announcements. So from last month, we made a lot of announcements. We've seen some significant improvements. Good to see all those 1s in there. Thank you. Welcome to the movement. Wonderful to have you here. So updates, I'm going to tag team here a little bit with Ashley. Now, Ashley, Evangeline, Sam, and a whole bunch of people working countless hours behind the scenes, have done so much. Ashley, you've had your hands on all of these. So I'd love for you to take a minute to talk about what's happened in our products and media page, if you would, please.
Absolutely. So what you'll notice, there's a theme here at the Commonstead. We have what we call just subdomains. So you'll see media.thecommonstead.com, playbook.thecommonstead.com, resources.thecommonstead.com. Because they're easy to memorize, but even if you don't memorize them, we have them all in a cheat sheet for you. So what the media.thecommonstead.com page is it's essentially small clips of videos. These can be client facing. You can show this to a business owner. You can show this to homeowners. No pricing is disclosed. We also have an energy diagnostic video that Charles has done. We have a full energy diagnostic video, and then we have an about us. And then right underneath, you're going to see our products and our services. These are going to continue to grow. We are going to continue to add to this page. From personal experience, I've sent this to a client. They were looking at 2 products, saw another product, and he goes, hey, can I throw this on my home, while I was doing his business? So you can really utilize this page. Charles, you can go ahead and go to the next one or add more to that one.
While I've got you talking, this is the one. This is the one we really have done such a remarkable job in the last 30 days enhancing. Ashley, go for it.
Yeah, truly labor of love. Couldn't have done this without a team of people. Evangeline is incredible at really going into these playbooks, and what we've done, what this whole series is called, is Becoming Brilliant at the Basics. So some of these products can feel a little overwhelming and maybe even this much confusing. So what we've done is actually we've created an entire playbook where that we can hand to you and to, as you start to build your own team, to become brilliant at the basics. So we have everything now. This is version 1. So we will continue to improve upon these playbooks, but we wanted to get it all in one spot for you. As of right this second, I believe we have all of them up. I believe as of about 2 minutes ago. So if you go to playbook.thecommonstead.com, you can go in there, you can download them, you can also share them with your team. This is a great place to just have something in hands in conjunction with the daily trainings we have.
Phenomenal tools, resources. And for those who are going, there's announcements that are going to be made tonight. The first thing of action is for us to be able to create the playbook for your particular biome, if you will. Okay, so wonderfully done. And then while you're at it, let's talk about what we have done. That cheat sheet is a brilliant approach.
Yes. So I think what we've learned, and what you'll see also another pattern with us, is if we're seeing that something needs tweaking, we are so open to feedback. One of them was that things were all over the place. So we actually put one cheat sheet. It's called the Town Hall Cheat Sheet, which means all these town halls, anything that we go over, we put in that cheat sheet. So you'll see not only all the different links and the different subdomains, but you'll also see scripts, the videos. There'll also be links to videos. So the ones that Charles has recorded or the leaders have recorded, you can actually just go and share them. But let's say you want to record one yourself for your own social media. We have the script there for you to just go do that. We have compliance policies and procedures in here as well, the master compensation plan. We will continue to build this out as well. Any resources that we have, they're going to go live here and in community. We'll talk about that as well.
Yeah, to Ashley's point, you may be someone who likes to do their own videos. You don't have to use what we've done, but if you're going to record one, use the scripts that we have approved by our partners so that we're consistent in the messaging. So wonderfully done. And then another important step in our evolution is our pros page. And if you go to pros.thecommonstead.com, you don't worry about writing all these down, because to Ashley's point, and thank you for putting that in the chat to all those who have done that, all of these links, you're going to find them in one source. You don't have to write down all the links to that. Just remember resources.thecommonstead.com. This is actually where you can go find a pro from any one of the different biomes and their different categories, and with their bio, so you know who they are, and their calendar link. So look at that in advance. If you're going to be booking an appointment for a pro, go check out their calendar in advance. And then when you go through and put in the leads, which Ashley will show you in depth later in the meeting today, then you can go seamlessly through the process and book right on their calendar. Phenomenal progress. And what did we come up with? We came up with a term because we found out that people really didn't know how to introduce those pro. Everybody kind of made stuff up along the way. And this is absolutely the perfect way to define who our pros are. They are power reduction and optimization specialists. That's what their responsibility is, to help reduce the power and optimize how that is utilized. So thank you all for your feedback on our regular events. That's how we take all this great information and put it into resources like this. All right. Now, super excited. You'll hear from this incredible woman in just a little bit. We are now in the process of expanding our community page to include Espanol. And our goal is next month, we will simulcast this event and every other training event in Spanish and English at the same time. And we'll probably have upwards of 100 languages total that you can broadcast in by the time we get up and rolling. So if somebody's more comfortable hearing what we're saying in a different language, they'll be able to do that. We're in the process of finalizing the software agreement to do that. Now, with regard to software, we have one heck of a team. And I want to make sure before I saw Shane typing in the chat, so he must be back around, managing a lot of family as well. We jokingly say Shane is Ashley's husband. That's not his name, though. Obviously, his name is Shane, and he's an amazing, I don't know how to describe it, Shane. I'll let you tell it. You partner up with Sam, who works behind the scenes all the time. There's several other people as well, but between Sam and Shane, that's how we get everything done. So Sam, or Shane rather, I know that you've got a little bit of an update because we've shared a little bit of the stages that we're going through, and I'd love to stop screen sharing and turn it over to you. Are you on camera for me now? I want to look out and make sure I see you there. You good?
I am here.
All right. I'm going to stop share and turn it over to you. Let's see what's happening in Shane's world.
Okay. Let me share my screen. All right. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Great. Hi, everyone. Yes, like Charles said, thank you for the introduction. I'm Ashley's husband, the one you hear talking on these meetings so much. And more or less, I'm sort of have been starting to build out more of like the full platform of the Commonstead, which is really going to be helping all of like the sales orgs manage their leads and the opportunities through the pipelines, as well as seeing that those deals get installed and closed, and really all the feature set around that in terms of like compensation and things like that. So really, I've been working on this for a little bit now, and just kind of giving you a small update to what we have. So in this little demonstration today, somewhat similar to what I think Ashley and Charles have touched on, if they're not touching on later, which was more or less like, to become a connector and, start submitting leads that they can get paid on. So I'm just going to kind of go through this flow, and I'll say Jane. Hey there. Let's call that's her last name. Put in an email. Put in a phone number. Okay, English preference, we'll stick to English. All right, so I'll get an email to my inbox here in just a moment. And I'm going to copy this link just so I can bring it back over here. Oh, shoot, sorry. One more time. Was that the wrong one? I clicked the wrong link. That is
anytime live
right
demos.
Here. This is called Murphy's Law. Okay, so there was my user I logged in as. I'm just gonna create a little password. Sounds good. All right, and complete setup. And so, a lot of this is very in development, so you gotta, kind of look at everything, sort of squinting at it a little bit. But more or less, this is going to be the platform that connectors can log into, where they can submit leads, see the status of their leads, as well as sort of track, the progress of them, as well as like track their earnings as well. And so I'm just going to kind of walk through and submit, sample lead. We'll select the optimizer as well as the Aquaflow valve system as products they're interested in. Since Charles is on the call, we'll select him as the pro, just because why not? And so let's put in our contact name. Put in their address. Since it's like a residential, what we've selected up above, we'll just put in some random address somewhere in Salt Lake City. Sounds good. They are really interested in reducing their energy bill. Great. And then we're ready to submit this lead. All right, so the lead submitted, it shows is submitted, and the connector can then come back here and sort of keep track on the status of it. And so now kind of going back to where this lead was submitted, in this example that I'm giving, it's going to be the Commonstead organization. So I'm going to log in to that. And I'm sorry. All right, let's do this one. Great, and we're in. And so you'll see on the leads now that it came through, Peter Parker came through. And you can see, in terms of the product interest that the lead had submitted, they were interested in the Aquaflow valve and the Smart Electricity Optimizer. We have their property that the connector submitted, for the lead. And then it goes ahead and creates an opportunity so that the sales pros can start tracking that. And so if we go to opportunities now, we've kind of got like sort of what will be a customizable pipeline where people can like set up how they want this sales pipeline to work for their particular org. But right now, this is sort of just set up to track the flow of these deals as they're going through the sales process. So now if I click on this new lead that got added, the connector who signed up, Jane, hey there, the pro, Charles, and you could see sort of like right now, we've got the address. Eventually, this is something that's in progress, which is the proposal tool. I don't have it totally there yet, but kind of building up to that, we can start adding like the things that they're interested in, like what specific variant of the product they want to add. They wanted the optimizer too. Let's give them a 3-phase because why not? And we can see as it kind of starts to keep track of like the expected value of the opportunity. So we can track that as well. But yeah, more or less, that's sort of it at a very high level in terms of what I have to demo today. More or less the next thing I'll be sort of building out and hopefully I can demonstrate will be the full proposal stage, as well as, just like all the tools to make like a really killer proposal that customers will love to see. And that's it for me.
You did well under pressure typing. I'm never good typing under pressure, Shane. So well done. Phenomenal. And this is step 2 of what we've been working on. And we plan on having the version 3 ready for the next town hall event. So just so you know, those of you who have been part of our pilot program have been participating, and we call this our SaaS model. So this is a SaaS team, and this is what the SaaS model was designed to do. And it's really a user interface. We have a lot of AI costs that are associated with this. You don't have to worry about any cost associated with this during all of our beta modes. That is completely waived. So we can design something that's really going to be super functional. Just to give you some context, if you're using it as a pro, it's $99 a month when we launch. The CRM alone, if you go to Go High Level and get a CRM, it's $99 a month. So you're not only going to have a CRM, the full CRM capabilities, but you can have all the other tools that we're building in behind the scenes to manage your business. And if you're a enterprise type user, it's $300 a month, which allows you to onboard all of your team members, which allows you to manage your compensation plan, custom design your compensation plan, add your own products. I mean, things that for $300 a month, my goodness, it's just an amazing value proposition. So proud of the progress you've made there, Shane. And I know that next month we're going to have something else. Then we'll have another crew come in and start to pilot that. So those who are watching, we're giving you an update of where we're at. Don't expect to start using this yet. Next month, you'll be able to sign up to be part of the next phase of the round. Just want you to have visibility. Okay. Thank you, Shane, very, very much. All right. So now I want to talk quickly before I dive into things, because it's important to know how we get compensated. At the end of the day, people want to know, where's the money, right? So there's 3 streams of income. The first stream is if you like to talk to contractors and bring contractors into our ecosystem, you get incentivized to do that. You get 6% of anything that they purchase. They're still getting the lowest wholesale price from the distribution source, from the manufacturer, but we get incentivized and you obviously get rewarded. If you build a team, again, all optional. You don't have to build the team. You don't have to recruit contractors, but if you do, there's a great income stream there for you. 6% of that profit comes back to you if you've recruited them directly. And then obviously the most income is on active. That means you're out there actively selling or connecting. That's where your main income stream comes, but the legacy money comes downstream. The passive retail, the passive wholesale, that's where you have true financial freedom as you build this out. And we have those streams for you if you want them. If you just want to make a lot of money selling, great. We got you covered there as well. It's up to you. All right. So with regard to selling, we're going to dive in updating here on the residential solar side. Lenny Fairfield has been doing a phenomenal job taking over this biome and running things. Here's where we were. We started out, we talked about the amount of money that's available. Well, now we've built in the passive stream. So you can see the commission on a residential solar deal averages about $7,000, maybe more in some of the markets because of all the new finance products that are out there. If you're a pro, you get the 100% of the commission. If you're a connector, you get half that commission because you're just doing half of the work. Your role is extremely critical as a connector, obviously. And then you have the ability to optionally earn passive income by building a team. On average, it's going to be about $600 per person. When they get an installation done, you get on average about $600. Some people question, okay, you're a newer company. What kind of access you have? So if there's solar pros with us tonight, you're probably saying, oh, what financing solutions do you have? Are you safe harbored? All these things. Yes. Now, just because we're a 6-month-old company doesn't say really anything. I've been in the industry for 16 years. Partners of ours have been in the industry for 20 to 30 years, and we've leveraged all of our relationships and brought the best of the best to the table. And we started out with a coverage map last month on our pilot of 23 states. Take a look at what we've done in the last 30 days. We now are going to be in 40 states by the end of this month. Take a look at what markets are coming soon. We've got New Mexico, which Desi's clapping for. That's her home turf. Hawaii, Puerto Rico, Tennessee, and Washington. But all of those other markets now, we're up to 36 live states, 40 by the end of the month. There's probably not many more markets we want to be in because some of these markets just don't make sense. And if it does make sense, we will be there. Just let you know if you have opportunities and you really think we need to push for it. Because of the partnerships that we have, we're able to grow into markets that most companies can't. And take a look at the financing solutions. Some companies, I've been in the industry 16 years, typically only have 2, maybe 3 different partners. This industry has been somewhat volatile. It's been a challenging couple of years because of shifting in incentives, shifting in the economy. Well, what I love about this is you can balance out your portfolio. So pros who are with us, they know, hey, I'm only going to put so many deals with one particular partner because I have all these options. If there's something out there that's a legitimate offer and it's been vetted and we can trust it, it'll be on our platform. So just giving you a heads up that we've got the best of the best in the industry. We also have now available for our pros a homeowner education deck. We do not believe in closing deals. We believe in education and enrollment. So our pros, you can get access to that through Lenny. And Lenny, next month, we're going to get you on here and do a real good update on everything that we've got going on. So pretty dang exciting to see where we've come. Last update before we move into new partnerships is with regard to Think Energy. And this is, again, a phenomenal partnership, one that's a little different because we're not the ones that are compensating you to do that. Think is the one compensating you. We formed a strategic partnership, and they have amazing programs. The Auto Save program gives the homeowner a guarantee they're going to save every single month. They're going to flip them to the utility if it's going to save them money that month. They're going to flip them to the Auto Save program. They can cancel anytime. There's no fees. It's a no-brainer. They have the ability to do community solar in many markets, as you can see on the screen here. So community solar is a fantastic program, and it gives the benefit of savings right out the gate just for opting in. There's no cost to do that. They opt in. They have a free battery program that's launching soon, was initially going to just be Texas. Now it's going to be Texas, Illinois, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. And I've heard people saying, well, I'm going to wait for the battery program to be available. If you wait for the battery program to be available, you missed the mark. You need to get in now and get people registered for community solar and for one of the SAVE programs. They're the first ones who are going to be eligible. They're the first ones to be qualified to get the battery program. So do not wait. If you have any interest whatsoever, this is the time. This simple, the proposition is save on electricity, you have free battery backup, and there's no cost to install. I mean, my gosh, what proposition can be better than that? There's no other company that offers this lineup. The Auto Save program, energy rate plans, smart thermostats, home battery program, community solar. You can only find that here through Think Plus, a phenomenal partnership. The compensation plan is a little bit more complicated than what I shared with you, but it's brilliantly done. It is an MLM model, and it's a very, very well vetted. They've been in business for years, and I absolutely love what they've done. You can dig in as you get enrolled. And the best way to get started is to look at, hey, what happens? You pay $59 for your first year. That gives you access to all the software tools that you see on the screen. You get all the certifications that you need, and you get pre-registered by going to think.thecommonstead.com. Once you're pre-registered, we will align you within our organization with the proper generals. We have 5 key people running the respective biome for those markets. We'll align you with them and make sure you got all the support you need to be successful. So that is a program that you can't miss. It's a phenomenal opportunity. And if you are in any markets that are deregulated, or if you want to market into markets that are deregulated, jump on that train. It's an amazing opportunity. Speaking of amazing opportunities is our first announcement. And this is one that I will give credit to the gentleman you'll meet here soon for bringing us together. But I'm super excited about bringing to the ecosystem a mutual reciprocal. Remember, we talked about collaboration, not competition. This is just a wonderful example of that. Will is with us tonight. Will Geist is with us, the CEO of 2 companies. He's got EcoStella and Madison Energy. And Will, I'm going to stop share so we can get full screen with you for a minute here, and then we'll go back to the packages. Thank you for being here. And by the way, thank you, Emmett, for the hard work and all the time that it took to build this partnership to bring us together. Will, you've been around this space for a long time. It's a name that I've known for as long as I've been in the space. So what I'd love to do, and I'll do a terrible job telling your story. I will say a few things that I have to share about you that I think are very important, but tell us a little bit about yourself and your vision, Will.
Yeah, I'm originally from New Jersey, so try not to hold that against me. I spent 15 years in North Carolina, and now I live in Lexington, Kentucky. I spent 2 years in Arizona, sold that house, and then I bought a horse farm out here in Lexington because that was a really good idea if you want to spend all your money and work all the time. So no, but it's nice. We're kind of building a whole family compound here, and it's great. But I've been in the energy industry for the last 16 years. I spent a couple of years on Wall Street before that. And, I chose energy on purpose before it was cool, because it no matter what you're doing in energy, it puts you in a consultative role where whatever you're doing is going to improve the situation for the person across the table, whether that's their business or their home. So you're in a consultative role that also my income and my success is directly based on how many people I help and to what scale I'm able to do that. And so I started Madison Energy back in 2010. That's our commercial company. We launched our first product back then for walk-in coolers and freezers called the Energy Squared. I was able to, through some relationships, get that into McDonald's fairly early on. And we've grown since then. So some of our commercial clients are McDonald's, Taco Bell, Papa John's, Hilton Marriott, Cracker Barrel, Waste Management. We're also the preferred global energy provider for all of IHG hotels. And so we've built a pretty well-oiled machine in terms of going to a business owner, finding out what they have, and then automatically selecting things that are going to reduce that energy consumption very directly, economically. We guarantee our savings in writing, right? And again, we've done this for very large companies who would come and get us if you don't take $500,000 from a multi-billion-dollar company and sail off into the sunset having not delivered what it is you were supposed to do. So our focus actually shift the last 18 months, and we've been focusing on the small to medium size business. And the reason for that was kind of multifaceted, but mainly the small and medium businesses right now are the ones who need it. They're the ones that are feeling the pinch of inflation and higher energy costs, and the big guys are too. But quite frankly, the small and medium guys are just a lot easier to work with. Waste management, that project was 2.5 years in the making. Cracker Barrel was 2 years. It takes a long, long time to get those big companies to fall. There's a lot of gates to get through. Whereas, I met with a business owner literally right before this call out in Hawaii, 30-minute call, throws his credit card on the table virtually, right? And we closed that deal, right? And so it's an easy thing to show up when, especially whether it's business owners or homeowners, and say there's so many things that you have right now that are just expenses. You're writing those checks and that money never comes back. This is something where you're investing in your business or you're investing in your home. 75% of that investment is going to come back to you in the first year through energy savings, utility incentives, and tax benefits that are available. Most of that on the commercial side. Residentially, it's mainly energy savings, although I think you can write this off as well. I'll leave that to Charles. And so when COVID happened, it put a big kink in everything, right? Everything was shut down. Nobody was doing anything. And I'm not one to sit still. So that's when I built EcoStella. And all I did was took what I could from the commercial side and brought it, repackaged it, and now here it is for the residential sector. I can tell you, I've personally been in meetings where I was the pro because I wanted the feedback from the homeowner. And this is no joke. 7 out of 10 meetings, I didn't even get to the whole presentation before the homeowner started asking the buying questions of what do we need to do and how much does this cost and can you finance this, right? And the great thing about it is, we can be very effective while being affordable. With the bundles that EcoStella has right now, for $75, $80 a month, we can reduce your energy consumption by 25%. And so the first step is to educate the homeowner to the fact that their HVAC system is 50 to 60% of their entire energy bill. And so that's where we need to start. And there's some very specific technologies that we have that will do that for them. And I won't bore you with the explanations tonight, but it's a simple explanation that if you memorize it and use some visuals, the homeowner will get it, right? It's like, hey, right now your HVAC does this. We want it to do this. Right now, this piece of it does this, and we're going to make it do that. So it's what I call operational efficiency. I let them know that none of this is magical. These are mechanical upgrades that we're going to make. And it's a process of collecting nickels and dimes over the year, which is going to add up to, a savings that they're going to feel on a monthly basis.
Wonderful, Will. And I know you have we'll talk about the packages in a minute, but you have two companies, Madison and EcoStella. What's the significance? I know there's a lot of personal reasons behind the name. What's the significance of the name?
So both companies are named after my daughters. So my first daughter is Madison, and then my 8-year-old is Stella. So yeah, very, at the time it was like, it'd be nice to name them after my daughters. And maybe I don't even know if I fully grasped at the time what I was getting myself into, because, now it's, either way, right? I'm fully invested in these companies. As a matter of fact, there was another business owner that we closed late last week where he was just kind of on the edge. And I said, look, Tommy, my daughter's name is on this company. There's no such thing as this not going well. If there's any problems down the line, it's my face you're looking at. I own the company. You're going to call me, you're going to get to me, and we're going to figure out what the problem is, and we're going to fix it. Right? There's a reason that I've been around for 16 years and have been able to work with very large companies, right? It's not an easy thing to get into multi-billion-dollar companies like Waste Management. I had to fight for that one because they were looking at me like, who the heck are you? Like, I'm a little shrimp in the ocean, right? I mean, compared to them. IHG, that's taken it's been over 12 months of going through that process of due diligence and showing what we can do and how we do it. And right. And so, now we can not only take that to the business owners that you have, but to homeowners as well. And we've already done this. I've got, tens of thousands of systems out there that are installed, that are working well. And, so yeah, that was a great question, Stuart. I stand behind everything.
Well, I'm even more honored knowing that, Will, when you offered. We have an exclusive partnership now with EcoStella. So the CommonStead is the exclusive sales channel for EcoStella. Says a lot about the relationship that we've built over the past 6 months that we've gotten to know each other. But more importantly, when you have your daughter's name behind it, I mean, I'm taking that to heart, brother. That's going to be critical. I will make sure that we hold every ounce of integrity up behind what you've built. But I do want to show while you're on here is the screen. This is important for people to see how simple the packages have been designed. They're all complementary with other products we have, by the way. And you can see a simple package at $59 a month, if you're selling a monthly rate, gives you a commission of $900. But look underneath that, has the override amount as well. We can talk about the level 2, but level 1 is where obviously you're the direct recruiter. You can see the OR. That's your override. So if you recruit somebody on your team who goes and sells one of these packages, you're getting a $240 override. If you're the one who sold the deal, you get $900. If you're splitting it with a connector, you're splitting $900, 50-50. Same thing in the second package. We'll dive in and get training on all these packages for you. Don't worry about that tonight. This is the pre-announcement. This package is a little bit more per month, but more benefits. Now we're at 25% savings for the homeowner, the $1,300 commission, and a $335 override. So think about that from the team building perspective. And then the third package is now you're up to 35% savings. You're at obviously a higher monthly rate, but you get a $2,100 commission and you get a $580 override. That's equivalent to a solar system that's at 10 kW. Think about that. It's just great money to be made here with fantastic solutions that are going to extend the life of their equipment, improve the performance of their equipment, and save them money. That's the conversation. So, Will, it's truly an honor to working with you. I'm excited about the partnership, and I know there's going to be a lot more that we'll do together on the commercial side as well. Any other words you want to share?
No, just very much looking forward to it. I attended a town hall, I think 2 weeks ago. Was very impressed with your team, you obviously, and Ashley. And so, it's not it wasn't a light decision to, this partnership, right? I'm the kind of, I'm the type, I'd rather sit here and do nothing than make a bad move. Yes. And so just from what the relationship we've developed with the last 6 months, I feel really good about us working together, and I think we're going to do amazing things.
I don't take it lightly at all. None of our team members do. It's extremely important and valuable. So thank you, sir, for the trust, and we won't let you down. We're gonna have an amazing business partnership for a long period of time. So the best is ahead in this relationship. So thank you so much.
Right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Next up, excited to bring some OGs from the industry that I've known for a long time. 2 out of the 3 are with us tonight. The third is going to remain nameless until the next town hall. So I put the little question mark teaser on there for you. I do know that both these fine gentlemen are on with us tonight on camera. So I'd like to stop screen share and let's spotlight Emmett Summers and Lorenzo Jaimes Cordova. I think already on it. Look at that. They're already there. Gentlemen, wonderful to see you. Let's see. I'll start with the better looking one.
Lorenzo.
All right. He nominated you. He nominated you, Lorenzo. Lorenzo, it's been great knowing you for years. We've worked together. I know we've talked numerous times about putting together some kind of a partnership. And we finally did it. I know you've done an amazing job, particularly on the West Coast. People have been requesting you to become part of our ecosystem. You and I finally ironed out the terms, and I'm honored to have you on the platform. And I'd like to give a minute or two for you to introduce yourself and kind of what your specialties are. Lorenzo?
Well, first of all, thanks, Charles. I think we've been trying to get after it since 2020 when we first met at your house, and I was every time I seen you, we were always thinking about doing a commercial opportunity. So I'm glad, it took 6 years to finally get here, but better late than never, as they say,
Good
right?
things take time, brother.
But yeah, but again, appreciate you, your team. Sounds like you got a good team behind you. And I'm excited. I think if you're on this call, pat yourself in the back because you're still fighting the great fight, right? We're all trying to feed our families and energize the grid and just help people lower electricity bills. But at the end of the day, I've been doing this since 2015, quite some time. I started at Solar City. That group, I was one of their first hires in the corporate side for the sales. And we were more on the corporate side, and we learned the ins and outs of Solar 101 from the inside out. So I had a good foundation, which kind of helped build where I'm at today. And I'm super thankful for that with all the good relationships and colleagues that I still work with. But yeah, I've learned a lot over the last decade, right? The good, the bad, the ugly. Charles, you're, during 2020 when it's COVID, you opened up your doors and it was amazing because that gave me my second win. And that second win has just propelled me to where I'm at today. And I feel super grateful for that. But yeah, I opened up my own dealer slash brokerage in 2019, right before COVID. So had a little rough start, but over the last, I want to say 36 months, we've taken off, right? So we were able to partner up with some amazing finance partners that cover 50 states, include PPAs, finance options, but the majority of our customer base here in Southern California and throughout the state of California, believe it or not, they pay cash, right? So I want to say 95% of commercial clients pay cash, and they're smart, right? They understand the dollar and the value of the dollar, but we're going into a new world now, right? A new world where all the incentives and subsidies are sunsetting. So financing and PPAs are going to be a huge opportunity. So if you're getting into the commercial space, now's the time, right? Now's the time. The electricity rates are going up. The grid is old. We need as much bandwidth with boots on the ground. With what we just heard today, right before I jumped on, is like I started having thoughts of how can I incorporate all of these EcoStella, stuff into my projects, right? So there's going to be an amazing opportunity here with all the resources that Charles is putting together and his team. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I'm based here in Southern California, but we fly out everywhere. We've got projects in Illinois. We've got projects on the East Coast. We've got projects, the majority here in California. But I'm excited, right? This is a huge, huge announcement for me and my team. Obviously there's the smarter guys behind me that do all the engineering. We do the installation in-house here in California, but we have very, very unlimited resources from manufacturing to working with the finance companies throughout all the states, right? So, we do kick back a lot of jobs that we feel that are not true savings for customers. So we do take that into mind. Not all projects are going to be worthy, but we'll look at it. Right? We'll look at it and make sure we
You're breaking up there a little bit, Lorenzo.
And then so can you hear now?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah,
You
so
broke up a little bit. You're good. You're good, man. It's really fun because it's
yeah. So I'll
go ahead.
No, so I'll end with this, and I'll pass the torch back to you, back to you, Charles. But at the end of the day, again, I'm just super excited that we could talk about. But I know we're limited on time. But I'm excited to meet the team, and I'm excited to get the ball rolling.
Amen. Excited to have you aboard. And I remember the first meeting during the shutdown back at my pad, same place I met Emmett years ago as well. That place was pretty good about bringing people in and breaking bread and having drinks and getting to know each other. So honored to have you on the team, my friend. Looking forward to a lot of success together. Thank you much. Mr. Summers.
Yes, sir. Can you hear
me? The OG. I mean, Emmett's been in this industry for
20 years.
Almost as long as I've been alive. Done some amazing things together. Helped me run the Home Depot program back in another day. In fact, ran the Home Depot program and Costco program for another company back in the day, but really turned his attention over to commercial solar and is leading the charge. And Emmett, honored to have you on the platform and really looking forward to the things we'll do together. Tell us your story as well.
Born in the Philippines, I'm Filipino American, 55 years young, 4 kids, 3 grandkids. Child of God, first and foremost. And everybody, we got an E6 on deck, all officers on deck, sergeant from the U.S. Air Force. Let's salute Charles with a 3 in the chat and thank him for his service. Right?
An honor.
So Charles, it's an honor to be on here. It's good to see a couple of good fellows. Lorenzo, I can't wait to meet you. Well, you did okay. I gave you like a 6 out of 10, but that's all right. That's a good start. I have been in solar for 20 years. I've always believed in what Charles believed, which is really reduce, produce, protect. So I never got off that platform. And that's our approach. Forged an alliance of chief energy officers. It's free to get in. We got some really great stuff coming up with the Commonstead, but I'm not going to spoil Charles's announcements. But essentially what we do is a Shark Tank approach. We have multiple developers and EPCs in our stable. We cover all of the U.S. I'm glad, Lorenzo, you're based in California because that's the only place I don't have a lot of coverage. And then five countries in Africa, of course, the Dominican Republic as well. So we take an approach to where we consult with you. We teach you how to develop these projects. Our close rate's about 80% because we always give the customer 3 bids. Right. And I think that's part of our secret sauce is they gain 10 pounds the day they get pitched because the first person pitches them on breakfast, the second pitches them at lunch, the third pitches them at dinner, and then they whisper in my ear or whoever the developer is and says, who should I go with? Right. We have a great partnership with Will at Madison. I'm so happy to hear that you guys have put a deal together with EcoStella. So, Will, thank you for teaching me a lot more about the reduced side of things. Right now, we have about 50 megawatts in backlog that's signed. We're demoing about 1.5 to 2 megawatts per month. We'd like to double that with you, Charles, in the Commonstead. So if you're interested, stay tuned for some of our trainings because you're going to love them. You're going to love them.
We are going to love them.
Did I miss anything, sir?
We will work together. I'm looking forward to collaborating on all that amazing training that you've done over the years and putting it in with a co-branded marketing plan. Appreciate you, brother. Honored to be working with you. Finally back to working together. So,
hey, I kept it under 3 minutes. Okay.
You did. Phenomenal job, both of you. Just before we go back to screen share, the partnership that we put together is one that's going to work with our existing structure, our Connector Pro model. And there's also a piece on the residual side. So commercial pays out big. So when you're getting a small clip on a commercial contract for passive income, it's big money. So just know that it'll all be in the compensation plan as we release this next month. In the coming weeks, we'll start introducing both Lorenzo and Emma to do some regular trainings and get everybody up to speed and start collaborating. So this is the pilot. We're beginning now. If you've got projects you want to work with, we'll make sure we get you connected to one of these 2 fine gentlemen, and it's going to be up to you. They're on the pros page already, so you can actually start to book them now. Okay. Thank you, gentlemen. Such an honor to be with you, and the best is ahead. Let me get back to screen share here. Got a lot more ground to cover. We always say 90 minutes. We try our best, but we're also, got a lot of stuff we're sharing with you here. So that was an exciting announcement. I know people have been waiting for commercial to come along. Now I'm going to kind of skyrocket through things quickly because all this is going to come into training packages. Learned a lot from you all over the last 4 residential business development meetings, knowing that we've got to simplify to scale. And what we've done is we've really begun packaging things. So we're not going to dig into each of these. We're just going to show you the high level overview tonight. We'll start training on those in the respective training groups. But tonight we launch more in your pocket, fewer steps to get there. And it's all about energy efficiency, where we can measure the benefits. We can optimize the benefits of the home, where we take it in segments of savings. First step is a 15% savings package at $29.95. The monthly rate's going to vary based upon credit and what differences they have on their loans. It could be lower, it could be higher, but as low as our average, $65 per month. Look at the commission and look at the override. $900 commission on a very simple one-stop close and an override of almost $200 if that's one of your team members. That's the optimizer. The second package incorporates the Coat Zone and ThoroBlock with the optimizer, gets us to 25% savings. And again, I can't emphasize enough how much importance this is on extending the equipment life, reducing that turnover cycle, and giving them more comfort in the home. That you can't necessarily measure the same way you can the savings. That's the benefit. You got to really look at all three. So pros, it's got to be part of what you do. This package, $1,800 commission or $380, $390 override. You can see everything's packaged so you can see what the benefit's going to be. Package number C is 35% target savings. You can see that's going to be the radiant barrier and the solar attic fan. You're at a $3,200 commission and a beautiful override of over $600. That's the same as a 10 kW residential solar deal. And this thing can be done in one day with no permitting. So if you don't lean into these packages and help get yourself up financially, I don't know what to tell you. The biggest package, and this is a lot, this is everything that we have. We're going to throw the whole lot at them. And it's going to be up to a 50% savings. It's going to vary based upon the structure, obviously, based upon where they're at. But that's the target savings is 50%. You're looking at a $16,000 package. You're looking at a monthly rate of about $270, at a $5,000 commission and a $1,000 override. All of these packages will have a opportunity for you to drop the price, by the way. We'll cover that all in training. You'll be able to drop that price down by about $1,000. And then obviously it lowers the commission, lowers the margin, just is what it is. But it gives you an opportunity to do a drop close. Now, introducing water packages. We have the best friggin' water packages in the industry. And I'm just blown away that we haven't been flowing them out the door. Why not? Well, because we haven't taught you well. So we own that. We have now gone to packaging, and this will be all trained by Robbie and his team this week. Get the basic filtration package, $39.95, as low as about $90 a month, $1,600 commission, $190 override. Basic filtration, super simple system. Most companies are probably charging $5,000 to $6,000 for that very same package. Package number B is a dual system, and this is under $5,000, but a commission that pays $2,000 plus an override of $300. And then you got the really super enhanced package at $69.95. That's what most people are selling the basic package for. And it's built in a commission of $2,800 and an override of over $400. Optionally, you can obviously do wells as well, because they are different than city water. So that's a little bit more. It's a much more comprehensive system. $79.95, $3,300 commission, nice override of about $500. And then the last package is an add-on. It's an optional adder for cooking and drinking water. This reverse osmosis system, everyone I speak with has spent $5,000 to $7,000 for the same type of system, but inferior. This is Italian-made system, best in the industry. And it built in a $1,200 commission and almost a $200 override for the team builder. Best packages for water in the industry. So I'm not going to take a deep dive. Just got to keep on rolling because we want to stay on time. All right, coming soon. Since we're talking about everything we do is about saving money. That's really the leading theme. You're going to see our swag store opening up by next town hall. And we're going to lean into the save money now, ask me how. That little shirt, that little button, that little sticker on the side of your car, that little logo that you put someplace will get people asking you how. And that's all they have to do. And then you say, well, what do I save? They ask me how. Well, This is where we go with the 5 strongest things. This is where your fastest month is going to start right here. You don't have to wear the button to get somebody to ask you questions. You can just have a basic conversation. So I'm going to tag team here with Ashley because there's a lot going on. I don't want you to hear just my voice. And I credit everyone who actively participates in business development meetings. This is where this comes from. It comes from you. We just package it up for you. So here's 5 one-sentence options that you can do when somebody says, so what do you do? What exactly do you do? Ashley, I'll let you cover the first one.
Sounds good. We help homeowners and businesses reduce utility costs by running a no-cost energy analysis and only offering solutions when the numbers clearly show savings. It's a professional one for you.
Pretty straightforward. Mine is you take a second look at electric and water bills and show people if there's measurable money left on the table, and there's no cost to check. Ashley?
We analyze utility consumption and identify efficiency opportunities, but we only move forward when the data supports guaranteed savings.
That's for the engineered tone. I love that. Very simple and concise. We help people lower their energy and water bills. We just review a recent bill and see if it makes sense.
Easy. We specialize in utility cost optimization. Our team reviews consumption data and determines whether there's a clear financial advantage before anything moves forward.
So those are 5 different types of statements that you can make to answer who you are. What do you do? And it depends on the environment. All of these will be in your resource tab. So you have all of these to practice. Ashley will be training these on Fridays as well. So the next is this 5 really fine 10-second authority statements for homeowners that help position you as the trusted advisor. That's the key thing you've got to do. You don't want to come across as a sales rep. You want to be the trusted advisor. At first, Ashley, I'll let you go.
I help homeowners make sure they're not overpaying on utilities by analyzing how their home is actually consuming energy.
Wonderful. So if I think back in the business development meetings that I've had, and I've asked people, what do you say? Folks, if you just answer like this, just have the little scripts on the side and just paste that in a text thread, paste that in a group message, paste that in a answer that you have on social media. Next up, financial stewardship. I work with homeowners to identify unnecessary utility expenses and only recommend changes when the savings are clear and measurable. Ashley?
I review residential utility usage and determine whether there's a real opportunity to improve efficiency and reduce cost.
And all of these just really are, what's your personality? How do you like to deliver? Which one aligns with you the best? Next up is my role is simple. I'd help homeowners understand whether their utility bills are being optimized, and if not, what would financially make sense for them. Ashley?
I take a second look at homeowners' utility bills to see if there's an opportunity to lower them. If there isn't, I'll say so.
And that's one of my favorites right there. Very natural, very conversational, one of my favorites. All right, so that's kind of the statements to open up with. Now we're going to give you some quick and easy pitches. And this is what you can coach your team to easily repeat. I'll take the first one here because I think it's got a lot of content based upon packages, right? What do? We structure energy efficiency into 4 levels. Core performance targets 15% savings. The next level targets 25% savings. The third level targets 35% savings. And our most comprehensive approach targets 50% savings. It really depends on how aggressive you want to be as a homeowner, how much you want to reduce your costs. The key isn't which packet's best. It's what's going to happen is I'm going to connect you with the best top power reduction automation specialist, our pro, and just get the process started. Then you can take it from there. There's no cost, there's no obligation. All we need is a recent electric bill. Get the process started. We'll determine whether you're eligible, and we'll see how much that potential savings might be. If it doesn't make sense, we're not going to waste your time. Ashley?
Alrighty, so this is a free energy analysis. This is going to be 20 to 30 seconds. So, hey, I'll keep this quick. We do this a lot on our appointment setting. We've been helping homeowners and businesses take a look at their utility bills to see if there are any measurable savings they're missing. There's no cost or no obligation. We only move forward if the numbers clearly make sense. Then we lead into all we need is to check eligibility on a recent energy or electric bill and water bill. This is for commercial, of course, if you'd like that reviewed. Then from there, we will connect you with one of our power reduction and optimization specialists. We call them pros. Can you hear I have 3-year-olds in the background? He or she will take a look and let you know either way. I think a big castle just fell. Part of being a mom. Sorry.
Well, part of the balance, all that balance you have.
Yeah.
All right. So then after that, they respond with, if they have any curiosity, well, the first step is simple. We just review a recent electric bill, sometimes water again if you're dealing with commercial, and we'll determine if you even qualify. There's no cost, there's no pressure. If the numbers don't work, we're not going to recommend anything. Pause, let them respond. The key really is in the pause. It's when you pause and you just let that build that confidence. If you sound like you're desperate, they get dollar signs in your eyes or on your forehead, you're not going to get people to send you an electric bill. So these are all simple statements. There's other ones in here. We don't need to dive into all of them for casual networking. So if you're out doing BNI or things like that, you can really use some of these as great tools. And one of the ones I like at the bottom here, why these work is, I don't know if this would even apply to you. Take that away. I don't even know if this is going to work for you. Either way, it signals that you're okay with a no, right? So when you say these terms, know the psychology behind everything that's been written in here, and know that we're going to help you learn how to use these and leverage these tools. So hope you, if you like them, put a 1 in the chat. Let us know that you like kind of the direction that you have taken us, because you're the ones who have helped us make these, by the way.
Also,
awesome. Go ahead.
I am seeing a lot of people trying to take pictures or screenshots on their phones. Right now, this is already available on resources.thecommonstead.com, and we'll continue to do these also on our daily trainings. So you don't have to, they're already there for you. So you don't have to memorize them or take screenshots.
Thank you, Ashley. Good point. I just saw Justin's name in there a few times. Justin, who did our installation here at my house. So I love that coming full circle here. One of the best installers by far in the Mid-Atlantic. Awesome to have you here, my friend. All right, here we go. We are wrapping up announcements and actually starting recognition. And I would love to give some true love to these 3 amazing humans. So I'm going to stop screen share and we'll get them queued up so we can have a little conversation with these 3 great people. All right, here we are.
Robbie and Mike, I'm trying to find you.
Find them. Meantime, I'll look for
Here
him
I am.
too. All right, there's Robbie.
You want to tag him? Where is he?
I'm here.
You're hiding. There you are.
I can add the spotlight. There's
Gotcha.
Robbie. Mike, speak up again.
Mike,
Right here. I'm waving.
There you are.
this is
Got this
great.
big pumpkin head that's really hard to miss. So
Well, clearly not. Oh, there you are. Found you.
Got him. All right, here we go. Great to see all 3 of you. I guess ladies first, I think.
absolutely.
Ladies first.
The
I
appropriate.
have big plans for Desi.
We have huge plans for Desi. Now, for those who don't know, Desi recently went all in. Desi has taken the role as our Chief Execution Officer for Spanish markets, and she's got a lot of work ahead of her, but she's going to build what I believe is going to be the most important segment of our company. I've been in other companies. When you really lock arms with that community, you're going to find anywhere from 60 to 80% of your business is going to come from that community. And I couldn't think of a better person. So when Desi reached out, it was just like, oh, it's God said. Desi, I go back to a long time. We've been working together for a long time. With the different platforms you use, all the different things you've done, we discovered each other together, been on the road many, many times. What was it that really got you excited about our platform?
Well, for me, discovering the Common Stead was actually a continuation, a long-time relationship, because I know the founder for about 9 years. So working with you again is going to be a privilege for me and an honor, by the way. But together we have built communities and opportunities nationwide, like you mentioned. So during that time, we built a very strong Spanish-speaking community. In fact, about 75% of that company came from the Spanish-speaking community. And we did that together. So that took years of trust, leadership development, and also we constantly work in different states, multiple states. So we build that, take a long time. But so when I saw what the common state was creating, I was excited because it's a possibility to building a Spanish ecosystem that could potentially reach global participation. And I love that. And when we look the numbers, the opportunity is enormous. For example, the Spanish businesses in the industry of the construction alone generate over 800 billion annually in the US economy. So what I'm talking about here is when you look the numbers, the opportunity is enormous. Bringing the ecosystem to the Spanish community, entrepreneur and professional is not just exciting. It's just a massive opportunity for all of us that are here today. They want to capitalize in networks and build teams international. That's what I discovered Common Step, and I'm here to support and be part of this thing, and to all of you guys.
Wonderful. Love that,
Love
Desi.
that.
I'm so excited about working with you. I know Ashley probably has some things for you as well.
Yeah, I have one question. I think one of the things I'd love for everyone to hear is Charles covered what you see in the Commonstead. I'd love to just hear and capture your vision. Like, where do you see the Spanish market in even just a year from now at the Commonstead, and maybe even like the 5 year? What do you see?
Absolutely. Well, the vision is to create the strongest and most dynamic community within the Common Step ecosystem. The numbers don't lie. Spanish already represent over 1/3 of the US construction workforce. So that number is growing. Our US construction workforce today is at about 10 million. So we are talking about 3 million entrepreneur people that speak Spanish who have never had access to a business like this in their own language. So here at the Common Step, we are set apart because we already know how to build community. We have done it through leadership, education, and trust, right? And we are investing in well, I don't want to spoil everybody, but we are investing in a multilingual technology that eliminate the language barrier. So we are just looking into national growth, of course, but also as a global Spanish-speaking ecosystem, we are looking for expand your business and my business in a different way. So I truly believe that the Spanish community will be one of the most important force driving in the Common Step future growth. And we are talking about 1 year, right? 5 years. We have a lot of work to do. This is not going to be like a one-day work, but we have a lot of more technology that we will be easy than what we built before. That's for sure.
Indeed. Yep. Very excited, Desi. I know your team is starting to get engaged, and we're going to work together to really get everything put together. It's that simplified, just duplicate what we put together. It's going to be an amazing movement. Thank you for the commitment and everything that you do. You are so much appreciated and needed in this ecosystem. Thank you, Desi. Mr. Mike Brady. So the story behind Mike actually came aboard. It's very early stage, approached me to take over as our Chief Execution Officer for recruiting. You could say CRO, but we do CEOs, Chief Execution Officer for recruiting. Top team builder by far in the company. And we all learn from him. You'll see some slides about where you can learn from Mike. But Mike, you also turned out to be a proven top performer as well. So not only can you recruit people, but you use your same techniques apparently to be able to bring business through the door. Tell us about, I know there's one deal in particular you were talking about the other day. I think it's called Claiborne. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, they grow agricultural products indoors.
Agricultural products.
They are the third largest marijuana cultivator in California. Their facilities are amazing. Brady Anderson and I went and did a site survey. It's crazy. I mean, it is so scientifically done now. It's just not dropping a couple of seeds in your field and waiting for them to grow anymore. This is a lot of science involved, a lot of a lot of hard work, but also a ton of electricity. They're spending over $110,000 per month on electricity. We're sort of penciled out to save them over $25,000 per month. Probably more once it gets down to it. We're trying to be, responsible. We're sort of under promising and over delivering. That's what we like to do here at the Commonstead. So I just wanted to backtrack really quickly here, but because commercial deals take a long time, okay? It's a long sales cycle. If you're interested in jumping in and making money right away, target residential, okay? You can talk to your neighbors, you can talk to your relatives, your friends, and just ask them if they're looking to save money on their electrical bills. Because if they say no, they're not, well, then don't bother knocking your head up against that wall because they're stupid. I don't knock my head against the wall. I ask people that question, both residential and commercially. Hey, are you interested in saving, 10 to 30% on your electric and water bills? And, you get lots of listeners. But Claiborne is going to be very nice. The commission on my end is going to be about $115,000.
That was my question.
I
Yes.
knew it was coming. I saw that. So pretty excited about that. We also have a casino in the works and also a very large dry cleaners in Las Vegas. So pretty exciting.
Well, I want to highlight one thing just for those who are listening, because you already answered my question before I got to ask it. So thanks for that one. But for those as connectors and coordinators, imagine what a life could look like if you were piling in the residential leads and sales to have quicker money, but then you're waiting maybe 4 months, 5 months for one, and you make what most people make in a year with one deal. Just the potential here is so massive. And we talk about it on our trainings of just really having that balanced portfolio. And if anyone has missed any of Mike's trainings that he does on the first Wednesday of every single month, he does a recruiting strategy. He's also using these same skills and these skill sets in his reach outs. So if you've missed them, definitely come to the next one and see the recordings that we've done. So thanks, Mike.
Absolutely. And Dave Brown, to answer your little statement there, yes, we do need to get Tyler Dog next. I'm probably saying that, but
Words spoken from a pro. Focus on residential first, build your pipeline, make some quick money, and then get the big fat checks like Mike's talking about. It's definitely there. It may take 3 to 6 months to get those checks, but prime the pump first. Get confident. That'll help a lot. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. Robbie, I got Robert Wright. Robbie and I go back, gosh, I don't know. I think you were doing door to door with me with Direct Energy when I first got into the energy, the solar space.
Keep going. We were back in NRG.
Before Direct Energy, you're right. And then Robbie and I owned a company in Dallas that did energy efficiency before doing solar. And it was a wonderful way to get people in and get them installed quickly and have them sign. They can't cancel because they already have construction commenced. It was very, very effective. So your role is you brought the technologies that we were selling, the Arctic series, and you built a really strong track record in the residential space. So for someone who's starting a residential today, they're brand new coming into the ecosystem, what would you recommend? All you've learned.
Well, I had a great mentor throughout the way. I'm staring at him on the screen, so that was a big, big help, right? There's a lot. I remember when I first got into the business, it was kind of like mind-boggling. There was just so much to take in. And sometimes what I caught myself doing was over-pitching, overselling. Well, y'all heard of the KISS theory, keep it simple for the stupid. You got to keep it to the basics. And instead of coming in and talking about, Ashley and Charles just role-played it. They established themselves as the expert, right? They didn't come in here talking about optimizer, solar energy, Arctic blanket, Arctic paint, coat zone, energy optimizer. I just lost half of you. You want to establish yourself as credibility and as the expert. And based on your determination, you're going to decide what package is best for you. If you stick with it, you don't overwhelm yourself, and you just get good at connecting people before you even worry about selling, you're going to pick up a lot of cool tips on the way. Because what you do is you start shadowing us pros and you're learning all these tips. And what happens is, from a connection standpoint, when I was setting appointments door to door in solar, I was able to throw these quick one-liners as the expert, which built trust and it built confidence. Become the expert, guys. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't try to think about 15 different products, right? I teach how to stack cells up on cells every single Monday at 5. And what does it start with? Just identifying and getting trust by being the expert in your environment. You're pitching inspections. You're pitching ways that you can lower utility bills, less wear and tear on their equipment. And based on what we find, either through the virtual inspection or in the home, we're going to recommend what package is best for you.
Love. So good. I have a question about new reps. So what would you say is, I mean, because there's a lot of new people here. Technically, we're still a baby company, so we're all new, right? So something that new reps overlook, what would you say is the biggest difference to the ones that are successful and the ones that have a harder time being successful? What would you say the one thing is that most reps are overlooking? I know you kind of touched on it.
There's really three things, right? You're trying to do too much, and you're only going to retain 50% of what you're taught if you try to do too much at once. You come in there and you're worried about the future. Be where your feet are. Be in the present, right? You can't control the past. You can't control yesterday. There's nothing you can do to change yesterday's results. The future, it's going to come. So how do you get to the future? Be where your feet is. The money will come, guys. The biggest takeaway I learned from being new is I went from a cash daily business. I'm not going to get into that tonight, but Charles will tell you where the biggest thing I think that hurt me being a new rep at first was waiting on the paycheck, the long-term payouts on the solar industry, right? I had commission breath, and every sale that I wanted to get, I wanted it because I had bills to pay. When I stopped worrying about the money side and I focused on the product and becoming the expert and just kind of connecting those two together, the money naturally comes. So look, it's going to come. Don't beat your head against the wall. Don't throw yourself out the window. You know, if you skip a bill, so be it. Life goes on. The future is still going to happen. Get where your feet are. Focus on today. Focus on helping people and providing solutions versus a sell. And you will see your close rate go from 25% up to 60 to 70%. You'll see a lot more connections, and you'll see the revenue naturally hit just by providing solutions.
Beautiful.
Well said.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we appreciate the three of you so much and grateful for all you do. And we know that we're just getting started. So the best is ahead, as I'll say it 100,000 times, because I believe it. And thank you all for being here tonight and sharing your stories.
Thank you, guys.
As do I, Charles, as do I.
We'll yield to you, Ashley.
Sounds good. I will share screen. Well, hi. Who's that? Who's that person? She looks a lot like me. Let's see. All right. Can you see my screen, Charles? Yes. Okay, great. So you guys already know me, Ashley Warren, CEO of Systems and Training. Let's talk about your next steps. How to lean in, how to ask questions. Where do you fit in to all of this? Well, we've done a lot of the work for you. You can see on the right-hand side, this is a screenshot into our events page inside of our community. So we've officially launched, it is now public, our Spanish page. So we have a Spanish community and we also have an English community. When you sign up with a join link for the person who introduced you to the CommonStead, you will have access to these communities. You can jump in there and see everything that we've got going on. There's just a quick quote of structure does not limit freedom, it creates it. I'm such a believer in that. And we do have a clear path that supports your growth from day one. So I go over this every Monday on our Launchpad. So if you've been to my Launchpad, you guys better be able to train on this. But for all the newbies here are your links. You will go into thecommonstead.com. When in doubt, when you don't know where things are, just go to thecommonstead.com. On there, you can click community, jump right into community. You can also click login on the top right. Once you log in, you will see your links. Here's your shop link. We had a question in the comments about our Oasis product, for example. Let's say that affiliate wants to just go buy one for their home at wholesale. Great, you can use your shop link here. Or let's say you have an electrician who wants to buy 10 optimizers and insert it into his current business. He is going to shop at your actual link. You can customize it here. And then we also have our join link. This is what you will have filled out on someone who recommended that you come into the CommonStead. You will now have your own join link so you can build your team. We talk about balanced portfolio, having active income, passive income, and active retail, active wholesale, you name it. One of them is going to be that passive income, and that's when we help our team members grow. That's going to be the join link that you're going to send people. Again, you just right here, when in doubt, come to thecommonstead.com, top right, you're going to log in. You are not a robot, log on in. Now, here is the snapshot of the community. On the left-hand side is a bunch of notifications. So whatever screenshot this is, they missed some notifications, which is great. It'll tell you right where you can pop in. Let's say Get Started Launchpad, or you want to learn a little bit more about the town hall events and what you've maybe missed, or you're like, I'm just gonna go gung-ho on Aquaflow or Arctic Blanket or Breeze. They are all in here. On the top hand side, you can see discussion, learning, events. Discussion is what's happening now, real time. Learning is where you can get in there. You can see anything from scripts. There'll be our playbooks. There'll be canvassing scripts, media, recorded trainings, you name it. Really anything is going to be housed back there that expert uses and learns or gives you for you guys to learn. Events page, we've already given you a snapshot there. We talked about the media.thecommonstead.com page. This is a really great resource, guys, for you to use. Again, no pricing is ever mentioned. You can just hop in there, feel confident that you can send any client there, and they can get a snapshot of who we are, what is an energy diagnostic, and just these quick videos of each product without really naming any price. And then as of now, oh my gosh, someone updated the slide. I'm so grateful for that person. Wow, you guys are on it. Talk about doing things immediate. This is our now CommonStead playbook. So if you go to playbook.thecommonstead.com, all of these playbooks are up here. We will continue to fine tune them and add to them as we continue to grow our ecosystem here. Another one that we mentioned, just so you guys remember, we now have this PowerPoint is up and live. So I know everyone was taking pictures and all that jazz. It's already up for you. You can even share it with teams. This recording will be up on townhall.thecommonstead.com. But this is really going to host everything from compensation, policies and procedures, town hall links, and this is going to be your cheat sheet. So if you want those scripts, you want to know, you're interested in Think, where do I learn more about it? You want to learn about solar, everything's there. Go fill out those links. All of them are in these subdomains, so they're just easy for you to remember. Let's quickly just go into, this will not be forever. This is a little bit of a Band-Aid. As you heard from Shane earlier on our proposal tool that is being built with he and Sam. Right now, this is what we have, and it's really brilliant. So if you go to leads.thecommonstead.com, let's say you have your neighbor or the convenience store at the end of your street. You can come in here and you can select between one of these tags. It's either going to be commercial energy efficiency, residential energy efficiency, commercial solar, residential solar, and Pros Espanol. We will also be adding EcoStella here soon. We're going to be adding these different tags that you can tag, and it's going to pre-populate who you can tag. So here's page one. Then we move through. As you move through and you've done those tags, it's going to prompt you. For example, Brady Anderson right here first, he's energy efficiency, and he's in commercial. So it wouldn't bring him up if I was trying to do a residential solar deal, for example. Each of the pros are tagged on like these little tags up top. But you can even go to, like Charles said, just go to pros.thecommonstead.com, pull up their calendar. You can have some times in mind. Let's say you have a commercial deal, you want to book Emmett. You need to know when he has those times available when you're talking to that prospect. Great, go there. Submit it through Leads, we'll take it from there. So really great resources here. Here's how to plug in. We do have launch pads every Monday. Then we're going to dive into daily trainings. This is anywhere between 1 to 3 a day. And then Wednesdays are the special events. So the first we have recruiting with Mike Brady. You guys already met and learned from him today. Then we move into town hall. These, in my opinion, are absolutely mandatory. And then third is the Grow You coaching with Evangeline. And then the fourth, we wrap it up with social media. I want to do one quick note. Some of the scripts that we went over earlier between me and Charles, those are perfect bios for your social media. If you don't know how to explain what you're doing, go copy and paste that, put it in your bio. We've done the work for you. Alrighty, so here's the flow. Launchpad, residential business development, come to prospecting with Carlos. Dive in, lean in to pick your lane. You're going to come learn from some of the experts. Come to All or One, whatever, pick your lane, and then you're going to wrap it all up with appointment setting mastery on Friday. Here are your Wednesdays, recruiting strategy with Mike, town hall with Charles, and we have mindset coaching with Evangeline, and we wrap it up with social media training. All right, Charles, I will leave it to you. Go ahead and announce all of our fun stuff.
Thank you. Warp speed through that, Ashley. We, didn't go as long as we could have gone. Thank everybody for their participation, those who stuck it through the whole event. I want to give a thanks to all of our CEOs who are helping making this happen. That brilliant, amazing group of men and women are the ones working behind the scene, and there's nobody on a salary in this company. All of them are working with skin in the game. I want you to understand how this company is going to build and scale at levels no other company I've seen ever has been able to do. Now, the next screen, we'll talk about where did everything land. So Ashley, since you're sharing, go ahead, one more slide.
Yep.
Look at this, in 6 months, all of these partners in one platform. I've been in companies for 5 years who couldn't even scratch the surface of these kind of partners. These are our partners. They don't even include our finance partners. This is part of our ecosystem, and it's just beginning. I've been approached every week. I'm flying into Orlando to meet up with another big partner in person tomorrow, actually. So more and more are coming our way. We're just going to stack it where it all makes sense for each of it. Look at what we've been able to do in 6 months. Next slide is where we'll start to queue up Evangeline. And Evangeline is my beloved. And I just want to say that been around, we call coaching industries, been around personal development. There's no company that offers what we offer. We offer this not only to our connectors, our pros, our team members, our leaders, but any homeowner, any business owner can come to these exact same courses. So I know this week, next week, actually, Wednesday, Evangeline, you're going to be hosting something very near and dear to my heart. I love being rejected. What is that going to be about?
Hello, everybody. Yes, I teach these workshops monthly, and I would love for you all to come. The title of this workshop is How to Get Rejected. So I know that sounds like the worst time anyone's ever had on a Wednesday night, but stay with me on this. So think about when you get rejected and how it usually hits different than you wanted it to. Something happens inside you that starts to make decisions for you. It's usually based on avoiding something you're afraid of. And we'll take a look at that together. Then we're going to spend most of the time on the system. This is what do you do about it? Something really specific and repeatable you can follow. So that initial reaction of yikes, it doesn't get to run the show. So I'd be honored to get into the nitty-gritty of this with you guys and have some fun with it too. So come join us. It's a week from today, exact same time and place. All these Wednesday events are always at 5 p.m. Eastern. We're at meet.thecommonstead.com. I hope to see you there. Back to you, Charles.
Thank you, Evangeline. And look, I would recommend just kind of get this in your mindset, folks. Every Wednesday, set aside 60 to 90 minutes. Invest in yourself. These are all free. Every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, dedicate an hour to 60 to 90 minutes. The town hall is 90 minutes typically. Everything else we do in an hour or less. Dedicate yourself. These are free ways to learn how to improve yourself. So on the next slide, we're going to wrap it up here. Didn't do too bad tonight, timing wise. This is really the next chapter. As you see, we're just getting started. We're a little over 6 months in. But it's not about doing more. As you can see, what we've been doing is we've been doing it better. We've been focused on really lining things up. And I hope that this aligns with you. I hope you see value with the work that's going on every month to continue to fine tune everything that we do. If you need this help, take advantage of all the things that we're offering. But either way, just know that we are creating the pathway for you to change your life, to create a legacy for you and your family. You have to engage. We can give you all the best tools and all the best training and all the best products, but if you don't engage, they're just tools, products. They don't mean anything. So it's now up to you to take this information that we've shared tonight, align with it, get involved, the flow that Ashley went through, get engaged, restart your business. You can restart it anytime. This is the time. This is the time to get engaged and grow your business. And if you do, you're going to see each month we get better and better and better, and you'll be able to have more opportunities to make money and help others, because the best is definitely ahead. So thank you all for being here. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you all soon.
Bye, all.
Thanks, everybody. See you
Thanks,
Thursday.
everybody.
Thank you.